Hi, it's Dawn here at Homespun in Wales, and as you can see I'm down in the cabin and I'm today dealing with my embroidery machine. Last week when I was stitching with it last week, I was starting, excuse me, I'm a bit croaky. I was starting to have a few little issues with it. The thread kept shredding, regardless of which thread I used. Changed the needle, changed the bobbin, rethreaded, cleaned it out, did all the usual things, still happening. To the point it was starting to irritate me. In fact, I changed the needle several times. And then went off to the machine embroidery group on the Friday, set my machine up, and I was stitching out a design on the back of a flea skillet of a big wolf in sepia. So every few minutes the thread would shred, and again changed the needles, still doing it, cleaned it out, did everything I could think of, limped through the whole of the embroidery session with it, and it was really starting to grind on my nerves to the point where I thought I'm going to have to book it in. And I thought, right, should I do that? The place where I book it, where I go to the machine embroidery group is about an hour and 40 minutes away from me, so it's quite a considerable drive, and that's on a good day, providing there's no traffic on the motorway. The place where I take my embroidery machines to be serviced or repaired, anything like that, is about another 20 minutes, half an hour further on. So I was toying with the idea of going straight down there, ringing them up, going straight down there and dropping it off, rather than coming home, sending it down the following week with my husband when he's passing that way, and then arranging to pick it up the week after, which means 2 weeks out of for 2 weeks I wouldn't, that's providing of course they could fit it in and they weren't snowed under with machines. It's a very busy time as well, lots of shows and everything on, so so I was sort of toying with the idea, and I thought, right, well, before I even ring them I need to see exactly what I think I can describe the problem to them being. When I looked closely at my machine, I'll show you in a second, on the thread retaining bar, or the needle retaining bar, is a thread retaining clip, and there is a little spring-loaded clip that sits right on top of that clip, and that's what holds your thread in place. Mine was bent back. Let me show you. Right, I don't know how well you can see this on the video. Let me set the camera there a second. Right, so this is, I haven't got the machine switched on because I'm messing around with needles and everything. But this is the needle retaining bar. Let me get it, get it in focus. Here. So the needle goes up in there and butts up against that little silver nub there. So this is number 6 in the threading. You thread it around this bit here. This little clip here is supposed to be sitting directly above that. Now, let me tighten that up. Directly above it. Just move it to the side here, and you can see it's actually bent away. So I did a quick search online to see what that piece was called, and I found out it was called the thread retaining clip. I don't know what happened there, something else come up on the screen. It's called the thread retaining clip. And so while I was searching what it was called, the part actually came up available to buy. Now I've replaced other parts on my machine, well, other parts. All right, if I sort of show you what I have done. Right, I've replaced the, take that off, take the bobbin out. I could do with an extra light under here actually. I've replaced this whenever that little thread catcher, little velvet rug thing there has worn away. And the cutter and everything under there, I've replaced that. They're all fairly easy to do. Now, I've ordered the part, so I thought, right, I'll come home, I'll order the part and see if I can actually replace it myself. But the little part for my sewing machine has arrived. This is the bit that goes, it's the thread retaining clip. And it goes, let me try and show you here. Not in the best angle there. Right. You see that little clip there? This bit here. That's what I need to change because that has become very bent and deformed. That actually belongs above this plate here, but it won't stay in because it's so bent. Now to get to it, there is a little screw, whoops, a little screw just in there. Now I've tilted the machine over, I've got the screen resting on a cushion so it's not going to get damaged. Everything's unplugged, needles removed, the foot's removed, so I've just got to get started on it. I've wound the hand wheel and moved it down, so now you can see this is the bit that I am replacing. So I can get to the screw easy now, so hopefully it'll just be a quick changeover. Okay, I've taken off that little piece which comes off of there. Now in the pack came a new piece to put onto the needle. That's a needle retainer, and this is the new little clip. So if I put that next to that, you can see how out of shape the old one is. So now the issues this causes is shredding, and also when you cut the tail of your thread, sometimes if it's too short, if it's cutting too short, there is an issue with this clip, and it's usually because it's not in place. So I'm now going to put it in place. I don't know how I'll be able to position the camera so you'll be able to see it. So this is going to go on here. The clip is now on. I just need to manoeuvre it into position, which I can do from the front. Take note, there's a little tiny little lug pin there that this has to sit over. So I'm now going to upturn the machine and push the little clip in place under the retaining bar. Right, that's the needle in and the clip is all back in. So now I've just got to put the end back on the embroidery machine and put it all back together, put the embroidery foot back on, etc., and try it out to make sure it works. There we go, it's working. And this hoop, by the way, I'm be doing a video and a review on that in the next